A very good morning to you. It's Monday the 9th of March 2020. Welcome along. Nice and early today for this morning's United Kingdom talk. Coming to you live from Bracknell here in Royal Berkshire, boys and girls. Cold again this morning, but I've got to say, I kind of accidentally slept with a window open last night. I wasn't particularly cold. They said when I asked my Amazon Echo what the weather was like, she said it was going to be 5 degrees last night, which is enough to have the heating on a little bit, you know, or at least the window cold. I woke up this morning and thought I can hear the birds singing quite loud today. I mean, maybe they had broken into my bedroom. Little birds singing away. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. We like birds singing. I have a lot of magpies round here. They don't make a particularly nice noise, do they, magpies? Have you noticed that? You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially if one of them's just been got by a cat. They all get. I've seen that before. Like if I'm in the garden or in the house, and all of a sudden I hear loads of various different magpies screaming their heads off. Oh, good morning, Claire. Got your shirt on today, darling. Got your shirt. You hear them all gather around, trying to warn the other magpies. And then this magpie is dead, being eaten by a cat. Feathers everywhere. A murder has been taken place, boys and girls. I often see murders outside the Mirable Studios here in Royal Berkshire of dead birds being attacked by cats and all its mates trying to scare the cat off. The cat just ignores them completely and carries on munching away at her head. Or a bit of wing. Oh, and they awful. I hate the noise of those magpies. And squirrels as well. They don't make a particularly nice noise. Not like a cat. Meow, meow. Squirrels are, those grey squirrels, I'm surrounded by them here as well. Here in Bracknell, in Royal Berkshire. Horrible things. Barking their heads off. Whoa, whoa! And they've got these tails, these tails stick up in the air and they quiver. I don't know what that means. Horrible things. No, I like... talking to squirrels. You know, I was invaded once in the loft with squirrels. What a nightmare that was. Oh, it's got to be going back about 10 years now. What an absolute... If you ever get squirrels in your loft or attic, whatever you've got, you need to get rid of them. Okay? You look on the internet. Things have been eaten, houses have caught fire, and they couldn't find out what the reason was, except that they had a bit of a problem with squirrels in the loft. They eat cables, they eat metal water pipes to get the water, you know. Funny way to do it, dear. Imagine you having to do that every time you wanted to drink some water, having to bite through a metal pipe like that. No doubt the little tails are sticking up at the back, quivering away while that's happening. Very frightening, really, squirrels. And they eat your wires, and they electrocute themselves, and they burn houses down, and they pull all your insulation to bits and pieces. It's awful. I had them in the loft about 10 years ago, and I called out a bloke to deal with them who was absolutely useless. Took the money, 150 quid, never saw him again. I think I was duped, boys. Not often that I succumbed to duping. Is that the right word? Duped. Duped. What's the other word? When scammed. That's for internet stuff, isn't it? Scammed. I was duped. So he put down a couple of traps. I mean, he got one. I must admit, he got one in this trap thing. Oh, it was awful. But the thing is, if you catch one, is sort of in an enclosed space by one method, you won't catch another one by that same method. They're clever, you know, squirrels. Oh, yes, dear. Clever. So I think we had to use a mixture of different things in the end, which I did myself, actually. There were traps. There was sticky paper seemed to work quite well, these sticky things, but you mustn't put them outside. Only in enclosed spaces to get a specific species. Those little cages are a waste of time. In fact, if you look up on the internet whether you should use a live cage to catch squirrels, apparently that's one of the most inhumane things you do, because you catch it in the cage and then you're supposed to, you know, the idea is you go and release it somewhere. Well, I believe the law states that you can't actually release grey squirrels into the wild. You have to dispose of them. Awful things. And ever since they invaded my loft, I don't like squirrels anymore. It wasn't too much damage up there, to be honest. It was just like a bit of insulation. You know, that horrible. Oh, it's horrible stuff. What's that called? The glass fibres. Oh, it's oh, have you ever touched that? And all your hands start itching. Horrible stuff that is. Anyway, they scratched a bit of that up and used as nests, dear. Nests. But back to the birds. We want Tweety birds here in Bracknell in Berkshire, please. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. We don't want magpies. Nah, 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 nah. Please, only Tweety birds in Bracknell here in Royal Berkshire. Thank you very much. Yes. So, as I say, the window was open this morning and I didn't feel particularly cold at all. No, I was woken up by the birds singing around about. Woke up early, about 7 o'clock. Got up, and hence the earlier start of today's show there, all right? Nice show last night, boys and girls. Someone won the clock. That was John O'Connor, who's one of our silent viewers. It's lovely, really nice to have the silent viewers now taking a little bit more part, knowing that they can join in the show. You don't need to be on the chat box to join in the stuff that we do. We got the bingo, we got the raffle. You can join in with all that. Today's raffle is standing by. Here are the tickets. Look at them. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. 1 minute. Is that raffle? There we are. There we are. Look, the tickets are standing by, boys and girls. Can you see your ticket in there? You might, if you look carefully, you might see a couple of names on there. Those tickets that are sort of turned up the other way. But the raffle is standing by, boys and girls. Who's going to win today's fridge magnet? Yesterday, someone won one of the clocks. John O'Connor won one of the clocks yesterday. Congratulations, John. I think it was John O'Connor anyway. I've got that name right. John O'Connor? It was John, wasn't it? John won the one of the clocks last night. Here they are. Clocks. Now, some more clocks have been ordered. Pay attention, boys and girls. If you want one of these now, I have two. Because there's some more on order, I have two that I can now sell. However, these are not cheap, and there will be a much cheaper way of buying them. Okay? If you buy one of these off me by Super Chat, I'm afraid it's going to cost you 35 quid. That's a lot of money for basically a plastic clock. The clocks themselves are not overpriced. I think they were about £15, maybe a little bit less than that. Okay, £15. The trouble is, when you send a super chat, as I explained before, for every £10 that you send, I only get 7. Okay, so 2 super chats doesn't cover the cost of the clock. Or might just about. I think it's 15, maybe £13. They might just about, but then it's the post and all that. And when you add it all up, it comes to about 35 quid. It's a lot of money for a clock, right? Or you can do it by PayPal, 25, because they don't take anything from me. So £25 by PayPal and £35 by Super Chat. However, if you contact the bloke directly, he can do it a lot cheaper than that. He's on eBay and his name is Chris Swansea. So do a search for Chris Swansea, who I'm in contact. He's actually a really nice bloke. I've been chatting to him on the email. He was asking what are the clocks for and all that. Really nice bloke to talk to. If you talk to him direct, okay, and tell him what you want, you need to send him a little picture or something like that. He will make you one of those for about, as I say, about 15 quid. And I believe that includes his postage. Okay? All right? So it's up to you what you want to do there. There's your options are available there. So you can either buy one on the Super Chat, 35 quid. PayPal, 25 quid. Or direct from, on eBay, a bloke called Chris Swansea. It's all one word. Type in his name and tell him what you want. It doesn't even have to be like a Union Jack thing. You could have your own picture on there or something like that. And the quality's all right. You know, the quality's all right. You imagine like a cheap clock on Amazon. That's exactly what this looks like. A cheap clock on Amazon. The difference is it's got my little picture and my Union flag on there as well. The sort of logo on there. But have a look on there, eBay. So the choice is yours, all right? As you were asking. Good. Let's say hello to some of you this morning. Here we go. Mike Reese-Ponto. Good morning to you, Mike Reese-Ponto. Hello to Diane Jebb. Good morning to you. There's our lovely Mandy Davenport, who is head of pain and suffering on this channel. Morning, Mandy Davenport. Hello to the delightful Paul and Lou. Good morning to you this morning. Claire's there, and I've got a little striped shirt on. I thought of you when I put this on, Claire. I did. I thought of you when I put this on, Claire. Good morning to you. Hello to Mr. Ray Reynolds. He's along at the karaoke this evening, which we're looking forward to. Dominique. Hello, Dominique. Good morning to you, who's made it live to say. Dominique Esler. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you there, my darling. She's one of our silent viewers, watches the recording usually. Good morning to Mark Jones, walking home. So I'm in his pocket this morning. Is it the trouser pocket or your inside pocket? What am I in? I feel quite warm if I'm in your inside trouser pocket there, Mark Jones. Morning to you. Hello to Luke Trott. We're not on 60 seconds slow, are we? Shouldn't be. Let me just check that. No, 30 seconds. Where are you getting 60 seconds from? It's on 30 seconds. You've got that wrong. That's on 30 seconds. It's not on 60 seconds. Might have been at the beginning when I was adjusting the settings. Double check that, please, and then come back to me, Luke. Hello to Dr. Gregorian, who's in Armenia this morning. Good morning, Dr. Gregorian. Hello to you. What happened to my raffle ticket from yesterday? You emailed twice, didn't get it yet. Dr. Gregorian, ticket 86. Let's have a look. Yes, you were replied to. 819. You haven't got the email from me. 819. That's been replied to. 819. Double check. Check your other folders, please. Diane Jebb. Morning, Diane. Morning, Mick Davenport. Have you messed the bed? No. Why would I mess it? What's unprofessional for you this morning, Mick? What is it you're complaining about today, dear? I think I might just ignore letters of all these little messages of complaint. They kind of clog up the chat system, you know? They do clog up your constant moaning clogs up the chat system all the time. Mandy, I'm sorry, Mandy. I can't be bothered. Mandy. Thanks very much, Mandy. I appreciate that, my darling. Dominique likes the squirrels. She feeds them peanuts. Oh, it's all right until they invade your loft, my darling. You won't be feeding them peanuts then. The only peanuts you'll be feeding squirrels is attaching them to little traps and sticky pads to get rid of the damn things. Awful things. They eat everything. Good morning, Gavin Bass. Hello to you, young Gavin. Jack Matthews is there. He's got to go to a meeting in the next 2 hours. Have you really? That's a late one, isn't it? Late meeting. Gosh. There we are. Hello to Gareth Loxton as well. And I think that's everyone this morning. So there we are. And good morning on the text-in message to Mr. Jason Hughes. Morning to you as well. Have you found your ticket yet, Dr. Gregorian, in another folder somewhere? Sent to you last night at 21 minutes past 10 last night. That was sent to you. I'm on the ball, my friend. Don't you worry about that. I'm on the ball. We don't muck around. Yeah, it's like when you win the raffle. As soon as I finish the show, everything is put together. I haven't sent them off today. Do you know why I haven't sent these off yet, Mick? Do you know why? I thought I'd hold on to it for a couple of days to see how long it takes you to complain. Oh, I haven't received my package yet. It's Mick, he wins the prize, right? He'll win a prize. 20 minutes later, after the show is finished, he sends an email. I haven't received my prize yet. No patience, these people. Are you sure you're not a millennial? Are you a millennial? Like you like to moan at stuff all the time? Is that what it is? Yeah, Claire's got a black t-shirt as well. Excellent. Another coronavirus case in Wales. Yes, I saw that happening. There's quite a lot happening at the moment. Although I still say it seems that the numbers in this particular country seem to be going up very slowly in comparison to perhaps Italy, where the whole of Milan is locked down, isn't it? Awful. Right, let's have a look. After the show last night, I watched another episode of Hunters, which is... oh, here we go. The bully and moaning again. Everyone is obsessed by bullies on it. I'm going to time you out this time. I've had enough of this moaning all the time. One moment, putting user in timeout. We're going to have to give out punishment today. I'm sorry, I've had enough of this, Mick. You just moan and moan and moan. You're on a timeout now. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 300 seconds. Start the countdown. Constant moaning and moaning and moaning all the time. I can't take it. Can't take it. We can't get on with the show for you moaning all the time. So I shall hold on to this prize for about 3 weeks now. Mandy, you haven't been timed out because you haven't been doing anything naughty. Naughty people, I'm going to have to start timing people out more and more now. It's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Right, shall we carry on with the show now? Where was I? Yes, I watched Hunters, which is on Amazon. An excellent programme. Really excellent. It's very interesting. And it's about Jewish... I mentioned it before. It's about these... a group of wonderful Jewish people who are trying to bring Nazis to courts and things like that to pay for all their terrible crimes that they did in those awful concentration camps and places like that. So that's a really good thing to watch. And basically some of these people, these Nazi people, are living in America secretly. And on yesterday's show, I think I'm up to the 4th or 5th episode now, it turns out, right, that when the war was over, when the war was over and had all these Nazis, the Americans and the Russians were trying to grab the clever scientists by offering them all sorts of things to go and live in their countries to get their knowledge, right, and then give them sort of safe accommodation. Well, this group of Jewish people, known as the Hunters, are aware of this and they're going after them and trying to bring them to court. It's very, very good. Very good. So that's Hunters on Amazon. All right. Good morning to Fun Things to Do with Tech. Morning to you. Hello to Gary Butler. Morning to you. And Sean Pye is there as well. Morning, Sean. So that's Hunters on Amazon. This morning I was watching the BBC Breakfast. It was a little bit boring this morning, to be honest. I wasn't feeling excited about watching the BBC Breakfast. So I switched over to ITV Breakfast, and on there was the delightful Piers Morgan, and he had the boy that hugged Meghan Markle. Now, did you see this on the telly? It was one of the most wonderful, wonderful human moments I've ever seen on the telly. It was so good. It was so good. Basically, Meghan and Harry. I've got the story here somewhere. Perhaps I'll read it from the paper. No, it's got the bit after that in the paper, isn't it? I've got the Daily Mail version. It's in quite a lot of the papers this morning. Basically, Meghan and Harry suddenly went to this school. It was probably all arranged, but they didn't tell any of the children or parents until the morning. Okay? So she and Harry turns up at this school. Was it East London or South London? Somewhere like that. And the head boy was given the thing of doing a speech before Meghan spoke. I think it was to do with International Women's Day. Now, the boy called Aka Okaye, I think it is 16 years old, and he's standing on the stage, and he's got this, I suppose, speech written out in front of him, or possibly in his head. He comes across as someone who's actually quite clever, I must say. He looks very much more intelligent than me. But he comes up on the stage and he's standing at the lectern, and then Meghan is standing next to him, and he looks over her and he says on the microphone in front of all these kids, "She's beautiful, innit?" At which point Meghan just collapses and grabs him and he gets a kiss off her. And it was the most wonderful, warm piece of television I've seen in a long time. It was so good. It was so good. I mean, it really was. Anyway, so this morning they've got him on ITV Breakfast Time and Piers is there and they're talking about it. And again, the conversation on the telly between Piers and this boy. It was just like a father and his son. It was so warm and wonderful and such an absolute pleasure to, rather than all the shouting that goes on. And right at the end of this conversation, it gets even better. Right at the end of this conversation, Piers started talking about heroes. And the boy, Akka, the boy says, and he says to the boy, "Who's your hero?" And the boy says, "Well, they're sitting right next to me." Now, on the television set, there's Piers, Susanna, Akka, that's the boy, and his mum sitting on the left. And he said, "Well, who's your hero?" And the boy says, "Well, they're sitting right next to me." And Piers goes, "Oh, well, that's really kind of you to say that." He said, "Oh no, it's my mum next to me this side." Piers thought it was him. So a really wonderful, wonderful piece of telly this morning, which put me in a really good mood to come here and sit here today. In such a good mood. Do you know, I think Mick's time out is nearly up now. I think your time up's nearly up now, Mick. So there we are. If you get a chance to watch that on the replay thing, on the ITV replay thing, please have a look at that, because it's wonderful. Wonderful. The whole story is wonderful. I mean, it really is. In the Daily Mail today, there's a little bit more to this story here. In the Daily Mail, it says the schoolboy who hugged Meghan Markle was told her she was really beautiful. The actual words are, "she's beautiful in it." So they've got that wrong. She's beautiful in it. That's like a South London thing, that "in it" thing. She was really beautiful. Has apologised to Prince Harry for the protocol breaking cuddle. Well, I don't know. I mean, she launched herself at him, didn't she? You just imagine that. 16-year-old straight lad, beautiful woman cuddles him. You don't know what that means. You know what it means. If you remember when you were 16 years old, boys, if you got that off an older woman, it was wonderful, wasn't it? Wasn't it? You've been a talk of the school for ages. The head boy received rapturous applause when he bounded on stage to embrace the Duchess of Sussex during her visit to his East London school on Friday. The cheeky 16-year-old has now penned a light-hearted apology to Prince Harry after admitting he was overwhelmed and shocked to see the Duchess. Meghan was visiting here we go. Yes, East London. Robert was visiting Robert Clack Upper School in Dagenham to give a talk for International Women's Day, in which was her final solo engagement as a working member of the royal family. I do hope they're making the right decision. I mean, a lot of people are holding so much hatred towards these two people. I don't. I wish them good luck. I hope they're making the right decision. I really hope they're making the right decision. The teenager has now revealed that it was the best day of his life so far and insisted Meghan found his overzealous approach funny. However, he did feel compelled to apologise to Prince Harry in a handwritten letter reported by The Sun. I hope he gets a reply to that. Dear Harry and Meghan, Harry, hope you don't mind me writing this letter. I hope you didn't mind me cuddling your wife. I was just overwhelmed and shocked to see her arrive at my school. It was a pleasure to hear her speak and to speak in front of her as well. She is truly inspirational. And the story goes on. So really wonderful that. I just had to mention that for you this morning. Okay, right, let's see what some of you are saying this morning. Have I said hello? Was my nephew Gary Butler's there? Morning to you, Gary. Where are we? Claire, wasn't it great? Loved the look on his face as he hugged Meghan. Yeah, there's some really good, actually, stills of that as well. His face, it just lights up. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good morning to Michael Pullman. Morning to Michael. Trevor Campbell. Good morning, Trevor. Hello to you. Taking me to the timeout trip. Be careful, Mick. You don't want another one, dear. I think the next one's 10 minutes. Michael Lawrence. Look. I think I'll just ignore the chat box completely. I think we'll come away from that, actually. It's just getting a little bit stupid on there. People moaning all the time. God's sake. What else have we got today? Very strange photo this morning of women standing on a bridge with all their breasts out. What's all that about? Apparently they were doing something to do with climate violence. And I failed to see how getting your breasts out on a bridge is going to deal with climate violence. Anyone see that story today? The world's gone mad. They've all gone mad, dear, these people. They've got the breasts out on the bridge. I mean, it must be freezing cold, dear. You know, if I'm out in a T-shirt, you know, mine will go hard at the top as well. Do yours? Do your breasts go hard, Michael Lawrence? I think they do. Mike Rees-Ponto, in it is a Portsmouth saying too. They call Portsmouth Little London as our accent is similar. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, of course it's called banter, Mick. And me timing you out is banter as well. I'll include that within the subject of banter. So if there's anyone else that might want to go on a bridge later and get their breasts out, do let me know. I'd like the United Kingdom Talk television cameras to be there, standing by to capture you in all your gorgeousnesses. All right? Okie doke. Right, that's our little bits and pieces there. Let's see, what have we got in the news today? Here we go, ladies. Has anyone taken the mick out of you on a date? Ever had the mick taken out of you on a date? Well, this woman's got her revenge. In the Daily Mirror this morning, it says, woman takes ultimate revenge on a date who tried using the same trick twice. Judy offered to pay for dinner at the end of her first date with Steve, who she met on Tinder, after having a really nice time, but it soon became habit. A woman who twigged on that she was being used by a man she was dating decided to teach him a lesson when he tried to use the same trick for a second time. I mean, it's outrageous. How you can treat people like this, I don't know, but there we are. Judy met Steve, a handsome businessman, on Tinder, and the pair made plans for dinner after taking and realising they had a lot in common. At the end of the meal, Judy said she was offered to pay something as... I beg your pardon. At the end of the meal, Judy said she offered to pay as something different to be nice because she had a really good time. Steve gratefully accepted, saying he would pick up the bill next time, and the pair made plans to see each other again a few days later. So far, so good. On the second date, Steve ordered almost everything on the menu, as well as wine, and reiterated his intention to take care of it at the end. It was like a feast which lasted several hours, Judy told the Ghosted podcast. But when it came time to pay, he confessed that he'd left his wallet at home and was again left to Judy to splash the cash. He again promised to get it next time and walked off, leaving Judy with no choice than to pay the £100 bill, who had already travelled 90 minutes to see him. She told a friend what had happened, who told her he must be one of those guys who wants free dinners. Now, I must say, there are those people around. Not just blokes, the girls as well. You know, the girls as well. Now, you either want this... You either want this... I don't know what the word is now. You either want this 50-50 sharing thing, ladies, or you don't. You know, it's already like, oh, we want that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, but when it comes to the meal, the man has to pay. Well, which is it? You know, which is it, ladies? Come on, girls. But I decided to give him another chance, says this lady. We went out again and it was another expensive restaurant and he ordered a lot of entrees, mains and plenty of wines. This is the third time now. It was very boring. He was saying the same things he's already said before. And when it came time to pay, I was thinking, I hope he doesn't find a reason not to pay. And if he did, I'd teach him a lesson. When the pair were presented with a bill, Steve told Judy there was something wrong with his account. And she'd have to pay the bill again. £125. Oh, dear. So she put her plan into action. Sounds like James Bond, doesn't it? Da-da, ba, 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 bim, bam, 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 bam. Yes, sounds like a woman James Bond type thing. She added, I never... Oh, just a moment, sorry. I've gone too far. I laughed and I said my wallet was in the car, she said. So I left. I never returned. Excellent, girl. Excellent. I did a runner. I was laughing the whole time. I've never done that in my life. I just walked out. She added, I never even knew this thing existed, but it's one of those things I've heard my girlfriend say, that a lot of girls take advantage of the guy online. They just want to go on free dinners. I didn't even think for a second that it would work the other way and there'd be a guy out there taking advantage of women by having free dinners. Of course. You don't think you've got the monopoly, have you, on getting food out of men, dear? We do it as well. Well, not me. It's usually me who pays the blooming bill, unfortunately. Yeah, it's the fellas do it as well. So there you go, ladies. Do be careful, my darlings, when you're going out on the nasty little Tinder dates, darlings, that if you're having a meal, make sure he's got the cash with him, dear. Or you'll be picking up the bill. Watch out for that, all right? Watch out for that. Where are we now? That's Mike's message there. Hello to Piggy Malone. A very good morning to Piggy. Thank you for the birthday message on your Facebook post. As always, we shall be singing as well. Would you like me to sing now? Would you like me to sing now? Do you want me to sing now? We always do. If you're there live, you get a live birthday, especially for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Piggy. Happy birthday to you. I'll be honest with you, Piggy. I've no idea who you are. Your name, obviously. The trouble is, YouTube and Facebook, people have different names, so I've no idea who you are. Which one of the names on my Facebook list are you today, then? It's your fault. It's not my fault. You will have different names. Lots of people have different names on YouTube, or like what do you call it? Nicknames and stuff like that, don't they? I just use my own term. I've got UK at the end of my name because there's already another Chris Reardon. Can you believe that in the world? Two of us. That's nice for you, isn't it? Yeah. Where are we now? Let's just where are Piggy? There's Diane. So it's Andy. Which one's Andy? Are you Andrew W. Baker? Is that you? 51 today? Is that you? Let me have a look at you. Oh, it's quite a good picture. Picture of you with your glasses on. I like that. Oh, very nice. Bit of a beard and a moustache there. There we are. Oh, no beard there, I'm afraid, Mr. Malone. And the glasses. You got the glasses that suit you. Isn't it funny? You've got to have glasses that suit you. You know when you go to, like, I don't know, Specsavers or Dolland and Aitchison or Boots or someone like that, they sit you in front of me and you pick up these glasses and often they say to you, oh, no, they're not the ones for you. Glasses have to... I mean, which ones fit me better? I don't know. These ones? Is it glasses number 1? Okay. How many have I've got loads? Well, there was about 5 pairs of glasses in here the other week. 1 minute. Where's the other one now? Is it glasses number 1 or is it glasses number 2? Which aren't a bit blurred, those ones. I can't use those ones. Let's put those to the side. Or is it glasses number... Oh, we've got 3 pairs. We have got 3 pairs. Glasses number 2. I don't think it's these ones, is it? No. Or... is it glasses number 3? Which ones are better? I think number 3. Let's do it again. Make your comments now, please. Glasses number 1. Or is it glasses number 2? Or is it glasses number 3? There you go. All right, which ones is it? Which ones is it? Gary Butler, my nephew, always pays for his wife's meal with her card. Very sensible, Gary, especially as she controls all the bleeding money, mate. Very good. Always pay for your wife's meals with their card, preferably. Very good idea. Thank you very much. There we are. I looked up people. Andy. Is that it? Andy. Okay. Andy, that's got to be Andrew W. Baker, I would imagine. Am I right there, Andrew? Am I right there? I'm sure that's right. Number 3. Yeah, people are saying number 3. I think number 3 as well. I quite like number 3. These were like £2.50 off Amazon. You get 4 pairs for 10 quid on there. You just need your the number of the thing. What is it? 1.5 or 2? I think I'm 1.5. If I remember rightly, I'm 1.5. I might get some more of these ones. I quite like these ones. These are actually quite good. Number 2, I look like a mass murderer. Do I? There's a few people on the list on here I think I might be after later on. Morning, Martin. Martin Butler in the house this morning. There's my brother-in-law. What else have we got here? How do you do with traffic, boys and girls? Do you like traffic? You know how I feel about traffic. Tonight I'll be sitting in traffic, anything between 1.5 to 2 hours. Yep, we were back to 2 hours on Friday night. So this story obviously must refer to me, boys and girls. And it do say here, the country loses £6.9 billion every year as a result of people being stuck in traffic. Well, we know this already. UK road commuters lost an average of 150 hours stuck in traffic last year. I wonder how many hours I spent stuck in traffic. So, would you include the whole journey? Or would you just include the time, extra time that you were in traffic? So, let's say I spend an extra 40... I'm going to work this out now. I have to be careful with this. So, 45... So, I spend 45 minutes in traffic twice. That's the extra time. So, without the traffic, it's about an hour and a quarter. With the traffic, it's 2 hours. So, we say 45 minutes times... How many weeks of the year do I work? 45 times 45 minutes time. So it's an hour and a half. So it's going to be 1.5. I can do it like that. 1.5 times how many weeks of the year do I work? So we say 48 because I don't have many holidays. Let's see what that is. I spend 72 hours a year in traffic. 72 hours a year extra in traffic I spend. God, that's a long time, isn't it? It says UK road commuters lost an average of 115 hours stuck in traffic last year. It cost the £894 individually, traffic analysts said. London was found to be the most congested city with 149 hours lost per driver during peak periods in 2019. It was ranked 8th in the world for traffic jams. Or some worse places. Belfast was the UK's second worst city. It says, I've never been to Belfast, 112 hours per driver, followed by Bristol. There you go. Mick and Mandy, 103 hours. Edinburgh, 98 hours. And Manchester, 92 hours. Trevor Reed, transportation analyst, said London suffers from having very little road space and a whole lot of demand. Yeah, since they put the blooming cycle lanes in. You know, that we've got there are many places now that have got one lane instead of two. Well, I mean, it doesn't take someone of great intelligence to realise if you take away half of the road space, the time it takes you to get from A to B is going to double, isn't it? It says you have severe congestion and massive, relatively high earning population. UK cities are quite a bit older and a lot denser than American cities. London is over 2,000 years old. When you develop around walking and horse and buggy and everything, but cars, the urban environment does not handle cars that well. I mean, some of the streets in London as well. Gosh, I mean, it's just awful. I wonder what the worst place in the world is for traffic. Would I be right in saying that's China? So isn't there some? Is it is it Bangkok in Thailand? I've got a feeling that's the worst place for traffic, Bangkok in Thailand, and even there it's not all cars. Loads of them are on bikes. Terrible traffic they have there. Well, look, he's going on and on about the time out. Do you want another one, Mick, or are you going to shut up for 5 minutes? Piggy Malone, definitely number 3. Thank you, Piggy. There we are. There we go. That's it. There we are. I can do it. Oh, he does have the spanner of power. I like that. The spanner of power. Mick doesn't get stuck in traffic. Mandy just gets out and stares at the cars and they stop and let them through. I like it, Mandy. Do you let them pain and suffering? Oh, hang on. That's wrong, isn't it? Pain and suffering to other members. Pain and suffering to other members. We love it. True crime. I quite like a game of Monopoly, something like that. Do you like board games? What board games do you like? Do you play them much? I must say I don't really play them that much. My favourite is Monopoly. I quite like Monopoly. I like to beat my nieces and nephews at that. I really do. And you see their faces when they get beaten eventually. It's great fun. Great fun. In the Daily Mirror this morning, fans of all things true crime are going to want to play Unsolved Case Files, a new murder mystery game that lets you take on the role of cold case detectives. Here we go. If you're fed up of playing Cluedo, Cluedo's good, isn't it? Is it Mrs. Plum and who's the Reverend? The Reverend Green? Who else is in that? Dr. White? Is it Dr. White? Colonel Mustard? Mrs. Plum, isn't it? The purple one. I quite like Cluedo. I haven't played that for ages, Cluedo. That's a good game. It says if you're fed up of playing Cluedo and want something a little more realistic, Unsolved Case Files might be the perfect thing for you. The game is a big step up from old-fashioned murder mystery parties, as it sees players sent a cold case murder file filled with all the clues they need to solve the crime. The cases are fictional, but the whole experience is intended to feel realistic, with the game featuring real objects and requiring access to the internet. What, you mean you get given guns and knives? I don't think that's wise. Real objects. Well, but Mandy doesn't need any of those anyway. She's got them all there. I mean, it may start off with this, but eventually, if you don't fall into 9, out come the knives and eventually the guns. She don't muck around, Mandy. She is the sort of person you want on your side, and I do feel she's on my side. I really do. Players will be sent a range of information to help them crack the case, including photographs, newspaper clippings, suspect details, fingerprints, autopsy reports and more. What a great thing this sounds, doesn't it? There are currently 4 different case files to be purchased. Let's see how much they are. Harmony Ashcroft, Jamie Banks, Max Carhill and Jane Doe, with 2 new ones under development. What are these murders? I suppose these are murders, are they? Files are priced at $30, which is about 23 quid. However, as the company is based in the States, there will also be a shipping and customs fee to pay. Thanks to a tweet about the game, it's proving so popular that a few of the files have sold out, but the website states they are due to be restocked later this month. That's great. What a great thing to do. So what's that called again? Let's have a look. It's called... It just says true. Want to play Unsolved Case Files. I wonder if you can get that on Amazon. Shall I have a quick look for you? Is that an Amazon thing? Let's try Amazon for you. No. Not on Amazon. Okay, I could type it into Google. Unsolved Case Files. Here we are. Where can we get this from? Unsolved... There we go. Just type in unsolvedcasefiles.com if you want to have a look at that. You can buy. You can buy that. Cold cases available for purchase. Oh, there they are. Harmony Ashcroft. Oh, there's some more on there as well. Buddy Edmonds. Maria Fernandez. Oh, they're not available yet. They're coming out soon. What a great thing that would be to play. So there we are. If you like board games, that looks... I don't know if it's not so much a board game, but it's more than it seems to be more than a board game. And all this stuff comes through the post. Oh, some of it is available on Amazon, it says there. I think on Amazon USA, because they're different Amazons, aren't they? What a great thing to play. What do you play board games at all or anything like that? Monopoly, as I say, was my favourite one. Let's see what you're saying there. Right, I spent 30 minutes in a traffic jam at 7 o'clock in Chigwell Saturday. It was just caused by people stuck on a mini roundabout and not giving way. Awful. 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 Yes, as I say, Monopoly. I have played Monopoly. I think it's actually that must be over a year since I played Monopoly. And Cluedo. I liked Cluedo. Scrabble. I'm not very good at Scrabble. My mum was very good at Scrabble. No, I just end up with two-letter words. I'm supposed to have an English O-level here. 2-letter words. It, on, no, at. I'm afraid That's my Scrabble thing. I remember I bought Mum, I think one Christmas or one birthday, this little, it was like a calculator and it would help you with Cluedo. I think you could type in letters and it would come up with suggestions and people like that. Very good, actually. Very good indeed. All right, how are we doing? Crufts, do you like doggies? My sister likes dogs. She got a little Springer Spaniel called Barney. He's an old boy now. He's gone a little bit deaf, bless his heart. Quite a friendly dog. She also had Bison the dog, who unfortunately she lost just after Christmas. Very, very sad. He was a lovely, lovely dog. He was Bison, big Rottweiler, great big head like that. Soppy as anything, this dog. Soppy, and he would like to lie next to you. And then she had the Duchess. Duchess was a beautiful black Labrador. She's not there anymore. And I think the other dog was called Rocky, another big black Labrador. Beautiful animals. And very well kept. She loves her dogs, my sister. Anyway, Crufts. I don't know if you watch Crufts or anything like that. Do you? Not really my cup of tea. Seeing these little doggies just paraded round a thing for prizes, all their hair and fur done up in little ribbons and things like that. Well, in the Sun this morning, if you were watching it on the telly, you would have seen this. I haven't seen it. Crufts viewers were left in hysterics last night as the Best in Show winner went for a poo during its victory lap. My nephew does that in the back of his van in a bag. When he gets caught, I'm serious, he does. When he gets caught short. Maisie's proud, the dog's name was Maisie. Maisie's proud owner was forced to scoop more than just the top prize when the wire-haired Dachshund had an unexpected toilet emergency. The gaffe was witnessed by a packed arena and 11 million viewers at home who tuned in to see the winner of this year's competition. But Maisie's trainer took the embarrassing moment in her stride and calmly got rid of the evidence. Well, I wish they'd do that round here. I've seen people having poos with their... Not people having poos with their dogs, I hope not, anyway. I've seen people having... and not clearing up the mess. Dirty, disgusting people. And then there's the idiots, right? I mean, you've got to be really stupid to do this, right? So the dog will have a poo, and then they collect the poo in the bag and chuck it in the bushes. Well, you're better off to leave it as it is. At least it'll go into the ground with a decent bit of rain, because the bag isn't going to disappear in the bush. It'll be there for years. Stupid people. It says, one viewer wrote, "Oh my days, Maisie's having a poo on her lap of honour. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant." We like it when things like that go wrong, don't we? She basically saying to her owner, "I've been poked and prodded all day, and this is what I think about it. Now get me some treats because I am a winning queen." Another added, "I love the winner of Best in Show taking a massive poo when she does her walk of honour, rolling on the floor laughing." Someone else says, "Maisie pooing is the TV highlight of the year. Smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes. She's a winner. She's a winner." So did anyone see that last night? Anyone see that last night? Claire says, "All my dogs have been golden retrievers, the most beautiful breed." Oh, they really are. Friendly dogs, those Labrador. There was one that didn't like me once, so I can't remember why. That took a dislike to me. Alsatians don't like me for some reason. I don't like them either. I really don't like those either. Nasty things. Good. Have I told you? I told you about the clocks. There's some more of these coming as well now. They've been ordered. We've got some black ones and some white ones, which means we can now sell the blue ones. They're a £13 super chat if you want one of those. £13 super chat will get you one of those, and you can have those now because the next lot will come in before the next bingo, because there's no bingo next Sunday. Remember that, gang. I shall be hopefully in the Travelodge Hotel awaiting my impending two-night stay at Euro Disney, assuming, of course, it's all going to happen. I'm kind of half expecting it all to be called off, really, to be honest. And then even if you get there and manage to avoid the virus if you're there, what if someone on the train gets it and they quarantine the train? Do we have to sit on the train for 2 weeks? Oh, my God, blimey. We will have a toilet problem then, won't we, my loves? Huh? Right. And one more story, and then we'll do today's... by the way, there's a supermoon tonight, boys and girls. There's a supermoon tonight. Yes, you will. There seems to be a. Is it right? Is it me, or does there seem to be a supermoon every couple of months now? And it doesn't seem to be a couple of months goes by, and then there's another supermoon suddenly, brightest one ever. You know, like those weather stories that they have. Summer, hottest summer ever, coldest winter for 200 years, and it doesn't happen. Does that mean you couldn't say we've had a cold winter, could you? Honestly, you couldn't. Really. Couple of cold days here, couple of cold days here, but nothing to write home about. And here we are in spring. As I said right at the beginning of the show today, it was a beautiful day yesterday. Okay, there was a couple of heavy showers, but generally the sun was out. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good morning to the beautiful LaBelle. Morning, LaBelle. Good morning, my darling. Ticket number 821, LaBelle. LaBelle gets her ticket as soon as she appears because her messages don't come through. Actually, we've got a problem with someone else this morning, actually, and last night. And Dr. Gregorian's messages aren't coming. As you can see, I'm assuming he's sent one or two. But he sent one earlier, didn't he? Or was that a Facebook message? Hold on a minute. No, I think he did send one earlier. We haven't had any other. If you're sending messages, Dr. Gregorian, there is nothing coming through from you at all this morning. I'm sure I saw one right at the beginning of the show. Now, what was that to do with? Oh, it's so long ago, I can't remember what it was to do with now. I can't find it now. There's too many there. But yes, so we've got a couple of problems with, and they're both in different countries, so I can only assume it's something to do with that. There's your 821, LaBelle, but that's not for today's raffle. That's for this week's raffle. So I'll just put that on the side there, and that'll go in the little pot when we do the raffle tickets a little bit later, my darlings. All right. Paul and Lou, Chris quarantined and no United Kingdom talk. You won't be able to cope. Oh, you'll just find someone else, Paul and Lou. I know you will. Good morning, High Grade Gaming. Morning, High Grade. In the house this morning. Hello to you. Hello to you. Anyway, yes, so the supermoon. It says here, if you're a fan of stargazing, make sure you look up this evening. I wonder if my new binoculars will come today. I ordered some binoculars. RT is not here today. He's with us occasionally. And he's into astronomy. And I've always wanted to look through lens at stars. And he said, you're better off to buy a good pair of binoculars. You see a lot with those. You won't actually see like the landscape on a planet, but you'll see nebulas and things like that. And for the sake of, like, I think it was £39 for a decent pair of binoculars. So I've ordered some. And I'm hoping they might come today and I might have a look at the moon later on. How exciting to be able to look for a piece of glass at something like that, don't you think? It says, if you're a fan of stargazing, make sure you look up this evening. Tonight is a super worm moon. Does that mean you see worms when you look at the moon? Great big fat worms like you'd see in Doctor Who. Do you remember the slugs? John Pertwee, Doctor Who, the slugs. It was called the Green Death. You've got to be of an age to remember that one, the Green Death. A full moon occurs when the moon is located on the opposite side of the Earth as the sun, meaning its face is fully illuminated, like the lighting in this television studio. Meanwhile, this will also be a supermoon as the moon's orbit will be as its closest to Earth. Best of all, the whole event will be visible with the naked eye, so there's no need to splash out on an expensive equipment to get involved. Although I will have a pair of binoculars, maybe today, I don't know. So that's tonight. So keep an eye up there, boys and girls, at the brightness of the moon. You won't have to turn your lights on tonight. Won't have to turn your lights out tonight. One more then. Now, coronavirus help for you now, boys and girls. One of the things they say, or the main thing to do, is to keep washing your hands. Now, does this work for viruses? I'm not so sure. However, that's what they're telling us to do, and I'm certainly doing it. Every half hour when I'm at work, I'm down there washing my hands. And people still try and shake your hand. I won't shake their hands. No. People still try and shake your hand. I won't shake their hands. Don't want to touch anyone, thank you very much. Good morning, Colin K. Hello, Colin. My theory on that is, well, and I always explain it like this to people. You know, if you've got like a plant with a green fly on it and you squash the green fly, the plant's still there. The next day there might be another couple of green fly on it. You squash those two green fly and the plant's still there, right? Day after that, a couple of green fly. You squash the green fly, the plant's still there. Day after that, a couple of green fly, you leave it. The next day, there's 5 of them. The next day, there's 10 of them. The day after there's 50 and you wake up in the morning, the plant has gone. Replaced by just a stalk sticking out the ground because the greenfly have eaten it all. So if it works the same with viruses, then I would believe them because you keep washing off those few virus, not allowing any to get in your body. So if it works the same as that, then yes, I get it. One of the other things they do is to tell you not to touch your face. Now, easier said than done. While you've been watching the show today, several times I've been touching my nose or something like that, or having a little scratch. Very hard not to touch your face. Well, the Daily Mail has got a website that can help you with this. Or the Daily Mail is talking about a website that can help you with this. A new website, as mentioned in the Daily Mail, will help users stop unconsciously touching their faces by monitoring them through their webcams and playing a loud no whenever they reach for their faces. One of the most common ways of transmitting the COVID-19 virus. The site, simply called donot-touch-your-face.com, was built to run in the background as users go about their normal work days. Before starting a session, it will ask for access to the webcam and then take a recording of the user sitting still for a few seconds as a baseline. Then users will be asked to touch their face in as many different ways as they can. Imagine like rubbing their eyes, cupping their chins, scratching their nose and everything in between, according to a report. A machine learning tool built into the site will then analyse the footage to identify specific movements that will trigger its loud warning sign. And whenever it identifies a user reaching to touch their face, a recording of a loud "No!" will automatically play along with a pop-up notification saying you touched your face. Are you doing touching this morning? In recent weeks, a number of scammers and cyber criminals have tried to profit from the COVID-19 outbreak with a wide range of sites offering to sell home testing kits and more. And it goes on. So donot-touch-your-face.com is free to use and doesn't require any personal information or accounts to operate. So if you need help with stop touching yourself, and there's a lot of people touching themselves while they're looking at me. I dread to think, actually, to be honest. God's sake, man. I do wonder what some of you touching yourselves while you're looking at me doing my show. It's rude. It's rude. Let's see. Right. Oh, it's Stacey's on BBC Lincolnshire today. Is that right? Oh, is that right? Doing what? What was she? Oh, well, we want to know. What was she contacted about? About what? About what is that? We want to know, dear. We want to know. We want to know. What's that for? Thank you. Mike, a worm moon is usually the last full moon before. We just seem to see so many of these brightest ever moons there. I'm fed up seeing the same blooming story. Right, are you ready? Let's do the raffle, boys and girls. Let's move over to our raffle cams. Switch on the additional microphone. I've several microphones in here, dear. This is a professional setup, you know. It's not some cheap thing. And shall we mix the raffle tickets to start with, boys and girls? Let's mix those raffle tickets. Here we go. You might see yours going around there. Can you see your raffle ticket going around there? There we are. Raffle tickets. Someone's about to win a fridge magnet. Isn't this your most exciting moment of the week? Other than the bingo, of course. There we go. Raffle tickets nice and mixed up there. Okay. Would you agree with me they're mixed up there? Are they mixed up enough? Yes? A bit more? Right. Here we go. Let's get the drum roll. Stand by now. Drum roll. Drum roll. Where are we? Drum roll. Here we go. Ready? We're going in. We're going in. We're going in. And we have a raffle ticket. Is that one there? It's not two, is it? There's one raffle ticket there, right? Okay. 715 is your raffle ticket. 715. Oh, God. Sit down here. My foot's been playing up again recently, I must say. 715 is your raffle ticket there, okay? Who's got number 715? Have a look, boys and girls. Good morning, John Parrish. How comes all the pasta's gone, but they leave the sauce? Yeah, I wondered that as well. Well, I've been making my own last night. I made 2 lots of stuff in a slow cooker yesterday. I made spaghetti arrabbiata sauce. It was really spicy. And campfire stew. which I've just put in dishes now to ready to go into the freezer. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so there's your winning raffle ticket. 715. Who's got 715? Have a look, boys and girls. Meanwhile, all those raffle tickets now go into here for the super draw at the end of the month. Okay. All right. So all these raffle tickets now go into here for the super draw at the end of the month. Now, of course, there won't be a raffle next Monday. There won't be a raffle next Monday because I won't be here. So no raffle next Monday. So we're now giving out raffle tickets for Monday week. All right. Where's LaBelle's? There's yours, LaBelle. Going straight in the bowl there. 821 is LaBelle's. All right. Who else wants a raffle ticket for our next raffle in, well, it's 2 weeks' time, isn't it? 2 weeks' time. Let's just get these out. Ba, 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 ba. And we're ready to do the tickets. 8, 2, 2, 1 minute. Here, put them in order. 5, is that 6, 7, 8. Here we are. Da, 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 da. All right, excellent. Right. So it's talking about the panic buy and how we're struggling to get stuff for. Was it Mervyn's show you was on in the morning? Mervyn. I think it was possibly Mervyn's show you were on in the morning. Andy is touching his lovely bacon sandwich while listening to me. You enjoy that there? You enjoy that. Morning to Rowan, just joining us today. Morning, Rowan. Right, where are we starting with the tickets? Hello to John Aitken, just joining us there for the raffle tickets. Aren't you, John? Morning to you, John. Mick had 716. Which one is it? 715. Who's got 715? Who's got 715? Come on, speak up. They're obviously not here. I might stop reading the names, actually. That'd be even more fun, wouldn't it? You'll have to take a note of your tickets then. Okay, let's do the tickets. Gary, you're first there. 822 for Gary Butler. Oh, hang on, is it 822 or 826? Yeah, 822. Gary Butler, 822. Oh, 1 minute. Where are we now? Come on, where is that name now? Right. Right. 823 for Michael Pullman. John Aitken, 824. 825, Michael Lawrence. 826, Diane Jebb. Just scrolling down, my darlings. Diane Jebb. Paul and Lou, 827. 828, Gavin Bass. 829, Colin Kay. Mandy, 830. 831 for Mick. 832 for Sean. Excuse me. Let me just have a good clear. 833 for Ross. 834 for One Man and Sprinter Van. Scrolling. Andy, 835. Claire, 836. Oh, is that all of them? Is that everyone? Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now. Okay. Anyone I've missed out, please speak now. Oh, gorgeous people. And I shall correct my incorrectness. All right. Anyone else I've missed out, please speak now. John's just done his housework. Got a tea and biscuits. Ticket 745 What was that for? Oh, no, 715 is the winning ticket there. 715 doesn't look like anyone's going to claim that, does it? I shall tell you at the end of the show anyway, my darlings. Apparently, I don't know, can you get this virus from your dogs? Because again, in the Daily Mirror, another story here, a YouGov survey has revealed that despite advice for pet owners to adopt good hygiene practices, almost half of British pet owners admit to kissing their dogs. Well, I used to kiss my cats, didn't you? Don't you? Who doesn't? I mean, that's the question. Who doesn't kiss their pets? Unless, of course, it's a goldfish. You know, because you know when you go for a kiss, it's a little suck, isn't it, really, a kiss? When you think about it, a kiss is sort of a little suck, isn't it? I'm sorry, it is. That's exactly what it is. It's a little suck. Try it on someone now, or perhaps you've got a pet handy. Just pick them up and force them to kiss you. Just have a look. It's a little suck, a kiss. And I like to kiss cats and dogs. We all do. But you know, if it was a small fish or something like that, perhaps not a goldfish, but if it was one of those little tropical fish and you went to give it a little kiss, you'd possibly suck it straight into your mouth. Not a good thing. Could be very dangerous, especially for the fish. Be very, very careful kissing your pets if they're very small, because the suction on your lips, well, you could end up swallowing them. I mean, you wouldn't want to go kiss around. I know some people, they keep things like tarantula spiders. Why would anyone want a tarantula spider as a pet? It's beyond me. You know, you don't want to be picking that up. And does anyone kiss their pet tarantula spider? Why would you do that? And they got little hairs, haven't they? Tarantula spiders. Which apparently one of their ways of protecting themselves is if they feel under threat, they eject these hairs into the atmosphere and they end up in your eye. And there's not a lot they can do about that except leave it and treat it with antibacterial treatments, whatever they are. These little hairs are ejected from the spider. Very dangerous. Why would you kiss? You know, and so dangerous. That little suck in your kiss, you could end up with a tarantula spider in your mouth, biting your tongue. That'd hurt, wouldn't it? Huh? Or snakes. People keep poisonous snakes. Why, oh why, would someone want to keep a poisonous snake in their house? I do not understand, boys and girls. And why is it the boys that always have this stuff? You don't see many girls with a pet tarantula or a pet snake. What other dangerous animals do they keep? Scorpions. There's another one. Scorpions. People keep scorpions as pets. Oh, and those horrible little pincer things that they've got. Oh, it's horrible. I just make my hairs stand on end. These are possibly the same hairs that the tarantulas have. If you come near me, I will eject my hairs into your face. Not that there's many left on there. And you will be blinded for life. Good. Don't attack me then. Horrible things. Spiders, snakes, scorpions. What else do they keep? Lizards are all right, aren't they? I quite like lizards. Bearded lizards. They seem particularly harmless, don't they? Bearded lizards. What's wrong with it? You could kiss a bearded lizard gently, couldn't you? Without any risk of it ending up in your mouth. Because your kiss has been too powerful. You've sucked too hard. That poor lizard will end up in your mouth. No, I don't think it would happen to a lizard. Or what other lizards are there? Bearded lizards? What are the things that look like dinosaurs? Little mini things. Iguanas? Iguanas, there's another thing. Iguanas. You can have one of those as a pet. They don't look particularly dangerous, do they? I've actually got frogs at the moment in a bucket in my garden. I have some of those water butt things. Good morning, Adam the plumber. Morning, Adam. 837 for you, Adam. Yes, I've got a couple of buckets that are full of water at the moment from my water butt. I was just out in the garden the other day and I looked in there and there's a little frog in there. There was a frog in there. Now there are two frogs in there. There's one big frog and one smaller frog. I think it might be boy and girl. I have straight frogs living in my buckets. No gay ones. They're definitely straight because one's a man and one's a woman. I have straight frogs. Funny, in a gay household, I am allowing straight frogs to live there, but everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome, as you well know. Whenever you are welcome to this house. Unless you bring in one of those tarantulas as a pet. Thank you very much. I don't want any of those in my house. What are you saying here? We done one man and Sprinter Van. Done you, didn't I? There we are. Oh, yes. There we got there. Excellent. Trevor's painkillers have arrived. Thank you very much to Trevor Campbell. That's very nice of you to do that. There's no United Kingdom Talk coronavirus masks available, I'm afraid. No, none of those happening. Andy hates spiders. You're the same as me, Andy. We don't like spiders at all. Mandy used to give her lizards a peck. Yeah, lizards are all right. I quite like little lizards. I like them. Michael Lawrence loves spiders. Is it all the legs, Michael? Because you're a bit of a legs man, aren't you? I've noticed the way you look at mine as I walk past you. You know, practically throwing yourself at me on that pool table the other week. I noticed that, dear. Frog's legs. Oh, God, no. No, thank you. Adam the plumber. How unusual to have straight frogs in your butt. I will soon be the daddy of tadpoles. Chris, I'll bring you a snake with me to eat the frogs. You leave those frogs alone. Can I give them something to eat? They look hungry, those frogs. I think they just eat insects, don't they, frogs? Or can I put, I don't know, porridge oats? What if I put some porridge oats into the water? Would they eat that? Does anyone know what you can give frogs to eat other than dead insects and things like that? I'm not going around catching insects for the damn things. Let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 9th of March, 2020, to Andrew Baker. Good morning, Andrew. Happy birthday. 51 years old today. Happy birthday, Andrew. William Baker. Oh, he's got two Bakers here. Is that the same person? Hang on. William Baker is 51. And Andrew Baker is 51. No, I think they're different people, aren't they? No, different people. So William Baker as well, 51 years old. Raymond Brown today is 48. Happy birthday, Raymond. Danny Hilyon today is 49. Good morning, Danny. Happy birthday. Rick Porter. There's Rick Porter. Hello. Happy birthday, Rick. Bancha Reinkem today is 50 years old. Dane Beresford. He's the youngster today at 31 years old. And Patrick Deegan's birthday as well. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Andy's there. We've already sung his personal happy birthday. In fact, I've done it wrong again. I've completely forgotten, boys and girls. I've completely forgotten. We have a very special coronavirus birthday video that we're playing at the moment instead of singing it. So you'll have it twice a day. Here it is, specially for everyone's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. blooming button there. Oh dear, never mind. I'm going to go. I shall go. Thanks ever so much for joining us on the show today, boys and girls. See you again at some point tomorrow morning. Tonight, I'll be hosting karaoke at Central Station Bar. That's in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. There's the little poster there. All right, my love, Wharfdale Road in King's Cross is where you can find us for the karaoke tonight from 7:30. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.